Hello everybody and welcome to another video. I just woke up, that's why I look like this. And if you are not sure what this vlog is about, you might want to check out last week's video where I kind of explain it because it takes a bit of explaining and I don't want to waste that time in this video. But basically, long story short, I am living a week of really diligent habits to see basically just how that goes and how it feels, how hard it is, how easy it is, what habits I think are worth keeping and which ones I think are not really worth it. So this morning already I woke up, which as Robert California says is a stupid way to start a story because duh. I woke up and I got my phone, I checked my notifications on social media, but I didn't scroll, which was my goal. I didn't waste a ton of time on there. I just kind of checked whatever messages people were sending directly to me, and then I opened up my Bible app and read a chapter in Matthew. I can't remember which chapter it was, but it was the beginning of the Sermon on the Mount, if you're interested. And something I gleaned from that reading is that I want to be more intentional about trying to be a peacemaker, because that is something that God values, and I value that too. I think that that's a good quality for a person to have, and I think I'm not the best at that. Sometimes I get to in person I don't really like conflict very much, but when it comes to the internet and forums and stuff, if someone's being stupid or talking about something offensive or whatever, it's a little too easy for me to just tell them that they're being stupid. Not in those words, but sometimes I think it might be better to just leave it be, and they'll learn someday that the view they have is insane, but I don't always have to be the person to step in and teach them that. So anyway, I want to be better about that, and then I also spent some time praying this morning and doing some stretches. So that is the end of my morning routine, my before getting out of my bedroom morning routine. So today's Sunday, which means that some of the things on my schedule that's usually for a weekday are different because it's a weekend. So I'm gonna have breakfast with my husband soon, and then I will do my 20 to 30 minutes of writing, but not right now because we're gonna have food and watch a show together. So I guess I will check in with you guys in a little while. Oh yeah, also I thought of another kind of thing I wanted to add to my list. I don't want to stop being on social media at all, because I do enjoy it and I think it is beneficial to me in some ways, but I do think I spend too much time on there. So I'm gonna kind of try to if I'm picking up my phone to scroll social media just because I'm bored, I'm gonna try to either just not do that, because sometimes I'm multitasking. So I'm watching a show with my husband and then I'm also scrolling social media, and in that case I don't have to do that. I'll just not do it. But in other cases where I'm not multitasking and I'm just a little bored, if I'm urging to pick up social media instead, I'm gonna pick up a book, because I do have an audiobook or a ebook that I won from a Goodreads giveaway, so that's on my phone, just as accessible as social media is, so I'm gonna pick up that instead. Hello again! It is later in the morning and we're headed to the gym in a second, so that will tick off that little box of things I have to do today. And we had a healthy breakfast. I drank water instead of soda and it was fine. Nobody died. We also watched a couple shows together and I was still hungry, so I had some snap peas and a banana, which was also fine, and also nobody died for having healthy food. Just to be clear, I'm not super unhealthy or something. This isn't like, I feel like sometimes I make jokes and I worry that people are gonna think that I like eat just junk all the time, and trying to eat vegetables is like the horror. But no, it's not like that. I like vegetables, I just don't always have them in the house ready to eat. And also, like, having a lot of variety is important to me, because I really don't like eating necessarily the same things all the time. So yeah, I'm trying to work on making sure to buy some healthy things in various varieties. I think the thing that's hardest for me is textures. Like, I don't always like, I feel like most vegetables are the same sort of category of texture in my mind, and same with like fruits, and then there are more like liquidy things like yogurt or something. But the thing that's hardest for me is something that is the texture of like chips or something is something that I crave a lot, and I don't, it's hard for me to think of like healthy alternatives for something like that. So I have like popcorn that I make on the stoves with just like a little bit of oil, so that's pretty okay health-wise. It's not like nutritional or anything. It's not giving you anything, but it's also not like full of a bunch of bad things. And then I also got some of these veggie straws, which I'd like to look this up and see what the difference is between this and like just regular chips, because I think sometimes things like this sound like they're healthy, and then when you actually look into it, it's like, oh, that's really not much different than just having chips. So yeah, I'd like to look that up, but I decided to try these. I've had these before a really long time ago, and I think I liked them okay. So I think if these are better than chips, then this would be a satisfying alternative when I'm craving something of that nature. Anyway, we are gonna go to the gym now, and I will check in with you later. Probably after the gym, I'll do some writing, because I'm kind of excited to get back into that. I haven't really done any writing in a while. I've just been sort of brainstorming. So I want to either draft some of the scenes that are fresh in my mind that I've been brainstorming about, or maybe start working on an outline. And I might even head over to the library or something to do that instead of doing it at home. So you'll see. Hey guys, so I'm headed to the library to go do some work on my outline for Greenwood, which is not the official title of my book, my next work in progress, but it's just kind of what I'm calling it for now. This is the book I've been working on for a while, just little, oops, things are falling, little bits here and there, and I'm planning to work on it more officially this year for camp, for NaNoWriMo. So the gym was good. I had a good workout. My husband kind of like trained me, and you know, we worked out together, and he pushed me a little harder than I usually go, so that was fun. We usually just kind of do our own thing at the gym, but we worked together today, and it was nice. And then I wanted to go to the library, but it doesn't open until 1 o'clock on Sundays, so I had to kind of do some stuff at home for a while first. So I got some other work done that I needed to do, and now it is 12:55, and I'm headed to the old library to outline some stuff, hopefully. So I guess I'll check in with you after, and we'll see if I was able to get anything done. Hopefully. You guys, guess what? I just outlined the crap out of that book. I'm like so happy. I feel like such a weight is lifted off my chest that I finally have some direction for this story. I still don't have, like, for me, a good outline has more like scene direction. So, okay, what I mean is the outline I currently have is very like theme based. Like, I know how characters are going to feel at certain times, and you know what their like catalyst moment is, and their, you know, internal debates, and all the choices they're gonna make and the direction they're taking, and like their character arcs of the two main characters. Is a dual POV novel. So that's a really good start, but for me, a good outline is more like, you know, chapter 1 is going to be these scenes, not like the first part of the book is going to be about this. Like, it's still a little too vague for me, and I want to like fine tune that a little better and come up with some actual scenes, but that might be something that I might have to wait on, because it really might take some more brainstorming and also some more drafting, because I do tend to like draft things and then work through my thoughts as I'm drafting them, sort of like a pantser. So I kind of, yeah, I think I've gone as far as I can for today, at least, on outlining this book, and I might be able to map out some actual scenes for like through the rest of this week for the outline, but I'm not quite sure yet. I might have to like just jump into some more brainstorming and just like fun drafting and then see where we go from there. But anyway, I'm just super stoked that I even have this much direction, because I was really struggling, especially with the male POV character. I just did not have a clear picture of what his like character arc was. Like, I had a very vague idea, but not like super, it just wasn't super clear. So I'm really excited to finally know more about him and what his purpose is in the story, because so many times I had asked myself, like, maybe I shouldn't be writing a dual POV novel if this is still so vague and I still don't really know what his story is. But there are so many scenes in the book that I already have written, actually, that are just like so much more impactful from his perspective, and some of them are like, I can't even write that scene at all without it being his perspective. So I really do want it to be a dual POV novel, even though I know that a lot of people say that's not a great idea to write because it's hard to do it well, but I don't know. That's what I want this book to be, and I'm gonna go for it. But I was just feeling stressed out because I didn't have a clear vision of what his side of the story was gonna be, aside from the romance. Like, I had a perfectly clear vision of the romance, as I always do when I'm starting a book, but I didn't have a good idea of what the rest of his story is, and I feel like that's finally starting to come together more tangibly and in a less vague manner. So I feel really good, and I'm on my way home now. We're gonna have dinner, and it's just a freaking good day, okay? Everybody, I hope you enjoyed that lovely shot of me almost dropping my sandwich while trying to film it. Vloggers, am I right? Anyway, I woke up pretty late today, actually. Not like late, but like 7:45 or something like that. So I didn't have a ton of time, but I think I still got in everything that I wanted to get in. I did start to scroll a little bit on social media, kind of unintentionally, but I stopped myself. And also it was because I was sitting in front of the heater, so I couldn't like get up and start doing other stuff yet anyway, so it didn't really seem like a big deal to just look at a couple other posts. But I did stop myself and I read a little bit of my Bible app. Not a whole chapter, but you know, enough to feel like I got something out of it. And I did a little bit of prayer while I was doing my stretches to save time. And then I had a healthy breakfast. As you can see, it did not fall on the floor or anything. It just slid off the plate a little bit. So yeah, I had a bagel sandwich with an egg and some cheese and some herbs and chia seeds and hemp seeds and avocado and spinach, and it was delicious. I also only had water and I had my vitamins, so that's good. And now it's about 8:25 and I think we're gonna leave here at like 8:45, so that means I technically do have 20 minutes left to do some writing. So I think I'm gonna go do that. Hello! Just wanted to do a quick update real quick because I'm headed off to my sister's birthday dinner, and then we're gonna go to my grandma's house with all our aunts and cousins and stuff and play some games. So I've accomplished all of my goals for today. I don't know what the last thing I told you guys was, but I did do some writing. That went fairly well. It wasn't like a full, I think I said I wanted to do like 30 minutes. It's a little less than that because I didn't have time before work. But yeah, I got a little bit of writing done. It was actually really fun because I decided recently that I wanted to write this book in first person present tense, and I've never done that before, and so I had already written a bunch of scenes in third person past tense, which is what I kind of usually write in, but this time I started trying out writing in first person present, and it was really, really fun, and I liked it a lot, so I'm super excited about getting to try something new and do that this time around. So yeah, I did that. I read a chapter of It by Stephen King, and it's getting a little more interesting to me. I'm having a hard time with this book because I think it's mostly because I already know the story so well, so a lot of the like foreshadowing and like ominous creepiness is kind of lost on me because I already know everything that's gonna happen. So I think it's a little boring right now because nothing super crazy is happening. It's all just hinting at things, which would be interesting and intriguing if I didn't know already the things that it's hinting at. So, but I'm getting through it, and I think it's gonna get more interesting from here on out. So, yeah, that is all. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for today because I'm gonna be busy with my family, and yeah, I will talk to you guys in the morning time. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday evening. Yes, you heard me correctly. I have been failing miserably at vlogging, and also kind of failing at a lot of my other goals as well. So, I can't remember the last thing I updated, so I will just say that yesterday went kind of not as good. Like, I got pretty much everything done except that I didn't do any exercise, I don't think, and I didn't do my writing because I didn't have time to do it in the morning before work, and then I just didn't end up doing it later in the evening either. So, and then another thing about yesterday is that I didn't end up having time to make the smoothie I was going to make in the morning because we work early on Tuesdays, and I just didn't I didn't wake up early enough to do all that work, and honestly, like, I don't think I could have really woken up early enough to do all that. It just would have been absurdly early. So I just had like leftovers for breakfast, which wasn't like particularly healthy. And then today also kind of was a fail in a lot of ways. I did have my smoothie this morning. I had a beet and kale smoothie with lots of like just good like powders and like vitamin type things in it as well, and some berries and like a banana and stuff to make it not taste so gross. So that was good, but I didn't end up kind of like a lot of things I didn't end up doing. I did my morning routine with the exception of writing. I didn't write because I wanted to clean the kitchen and do my smoothie, which took a lot of work and prep, and then I wanted to clean up after all of that mess. So I didn't really have time to do it before work. And I think I've noticed that if I don't do my writing before work, I'm just not going to do it. So my goal for tomorrow is to really try to get that done before work, or else I don't think I'm going to do it in the evenings, because lately, I don't know if it's because of eating differently, but I have just been like absurdly exhausted. Like, I am falling asleep by the time we're done like having dinner and watching shows together and stuff. And it's just super annoying because it's making me not want to do anything, especially writing like takes a lot of mental effort. So it's like not something I want to do at all when I'm really tired. And then reading also doesn't necessarily take as much mental effort, but it makes me sleepy. So that's another thing I don't want to read. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is I didn't do my reading today, and I didn't do my writing today, and I didn't do my exercising today. So I've just been failing miserably. I also did have 2 sodas today, because I wanted to see if that would maybe help me not be so freaking tired, because I don't know if it's that I'm not eating enough or not eating enough protein or something, or if it's the lack of caffeine from not having as much soda as usual, but I've just been ridiculously tired. So I don't know if it really helped, because I also did other things like after drinking a soda that probably helped me wake up a little bit too, so I don't know which thing it was that helped, but anyway, hopefully tomorrow will be better. I didn't fail completely. I did a lot of things. I did my morning routine, I read my Bible, I did my stretches. Holy crap, our air conditioner is like insanely loud right now. Sorry if you can hear that. And you know, I did eat mostly healthy today, so I don't think it was a total fail, but yeah, I just have been having a hard time, mostly because I'm just so tired for some reason, and it's frustrating because I wanted to get a lot of writing done, and I just have not felt up to it at all. So, but as always, my vlogs often end up being about giving yourself grace and reminding yourself that you are human, and you know, sometimes we're tired and we just can't do all the things that we want to do, and that's okay. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna try to write before I go to work, and also I think I'm gonna have some leftover rice-a-roni for breakfast, which isn't like one of my healthy options, but it's leftovers that we have in the fridge, and I don't want them to just get thrown away. So that'll also help me to be able to write in the morning and have time for that, because I'll just have to microwave the rice-a-roni and I don't have to like make breakfast for myself really. So let's get back on track in the morning, and I will see you then. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Thursday. I just woke up a little while ago. I did my whole morning routine with my stretching and my Bible reading and my not scrolling. I did do a little bit extra on social media this morning besides just checking my notifications, but it was an intentional decision. It wasn't like I was just being lazy or something. It was something I needed to get done. So now it is 7:17 actually, the clock just changed, and I have everything ready for work. I'm ready for work. So I think all I need to do is just eat breakfast before work. So I'm gonna get my breakfast ready. I'm just having leftovers today, so that'll be really quick. And I'm gonna have a cup of tea with some caffeine in it, and hopefully that will help me be more awake today. I don't know what it is. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know. I've just been so exhausted. It might just be like my body freaking out over like eating differently, but it's not like I've been eating super differently. So I don't know what it is, but hopefully I won't be so freaking tired today. But in case I am really tired later, I'm gonna do my writing right now so that if I don't have time or can't have the energy later to do it, it'll already be done. So I have quite a bit of time to be able to write and eat my food, so I'm gonna do that. Alright you guys, so I wrote for about an hour, a little over an hour, well, probably about an hour, because for some of that time I was eating and just reading some previous parts that I had written, and I'm pretty happy with what I got written today. I didn't count words or anything because some of it was reading over a previous section that I had written and adapting it to being first person, or not first person, it was already first person, but it was past tense, so I'm adapting it to being first person present tense. And then I also got some new words written that I'm pretty excited about, so hopefully I'll have the energy later today to write some more, maybe, but I'm really not sure. But at least I've got that done today so far, so I've gotten at least something written. Also, I kind of forgot that I hadn't made my lunch yet. I said that I was ready for work, and then I realized that I actually wasn't because I hadn't made lunch yet to take with me. So I decided to just grab a protein bar for lunch instead of the salad I was gonna make. So we'll see if that affects my energy levels at all, because that's what I usually have for lunch. But for this week I was having salads instead, but I've also been super tired this week. So we'll see if I'm less tired today after kind of eating a little differently, having more meat this morning and a protein bar for lunch, and then I also had some tea this morning that is not decaffeinated, so we'll see if that makes any difference. And yeah, it's time for work, so I gotta go, and I will check in with you later. Hello! Whoa, I hit my hat. Hello everybody, it is Saturday. So again, I didn't update yesterday. Full disclosure, I kind of gave up on this challenge yesterday. So part of that is because I kind of changed, some of my goals changed. I all of a sudden got an idea for a third book in my Keep No Record series, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to be doing that, but I might be writing that now. That might be my next whip instead of the one that I was thinking I was going to be working on. So basically just a lot of things changed, and I spent most of the day just brainstorming yesterday and this morning and the day before, even a little bit, just like all day brainstorming and thinking of all these ideas. And I didn't want to put all that on hold so that I could make sure to go read my chapter of it and write some stuff, like an exercise and like all the other things I wanted to do. So I kind of just gave up and decided that I was done. Also, I'm dressed like this because I just filmed a video, which you will have seen last week, because I decided that I wanted to put that video up last week because it was time sensitive. Not really time sensitive, but it was just relevant. Like some of the other videos, A.S. Howell's video had just come out and the discussion was happening, so I wanted to get on that while it was still, get on it while it's still hot. So I decided to push this video to this week, right now. So anyway, before I wrap up this vlog, I just wanted to talk about some things that I learned from this experiment, because some people might think, like, why did you even do this? What even, like, was accomplished? And I actually think I accomplished a lot because I learned a lot. Number one, I learned that it was not nearly as hard as I thought it would be to limit my soda intake, which I really thought that that was going to be the hardest thing. And it really wasn't that bad, so I could continue doing that. I also learned that I really enjoy writing as much as I can every morning, and that mornings are a good time for me to write, because when I don't do it in the morning, then I don't always really feel like doing it later. I also learned that I definitely like spending time with God in the morning, and I think that's super important, so that is something I'm for sure going to continue doing. Also, while stretching every morning isn't like super important to me, it's also not that hard and it only takes a couple minutes, so it probably would be a good idea. I am laughably not flexible. So yeah, I really need to kind of stretch so that I can maybe be a little bit more flexible. So that would probably be a good thing to continue. I also surprisingly learned that eating healthy was the hardest of all of these, which I didn't think that was going to be that hard because I don't eat like unhealthy really now. Like most of the food I eat is not like, I'm not just sitting around eating junk all day or something. But I found that when I started eating like differently, not even necessarily, I mean, I guess it's healthier, but just differently, I was just so freaking exhausted. Those couple days in the middle of this last week, I don't know that I've ever felt that tired unless I was like sick or something. I felt like it was a struggle to even get off the couch to go grab like some water and then sit back down. So there was no way I was going to be getting writing done or reading because I would just fall asleep. So that really hindered my progress, which is kind of why I adapted and kind of changed my eating habits back to more of what I normally have, because I'm like, I'm not gonna get anything else done if I feel this exhausted all the time. So I'm not really sure. I think probably if I stuck it out and kept going, I would get over that hump. It's probably just like my body just being confused about having different foods and stuff. But for now, that's not really a priority for me, honestly. Like, I have other things I want to get done in life, and I don't want to be exhausted every day. So I would rather eat slightly less healthy and be able to enjoy my life more. So for now, that's where I'm at. But anyway, that is what I learned, and yeah, this was just a little experiment I decided to do. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below if you've ever done anything similar to this, or I don't know, what habits you would want to try to do if you did an experiment like this. Tell me that, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget that if you want to pre-order my book, Broken Together, you'll be entered into a huge giveaway to win tons of awesome prizes. I will link information for that down below in the description if you're interested. And until next time, have a great day.